For decades, the moon Europa logged in the orbit of Jupiter. It is around Jupiter and has captivated our imagination. Beneath its cracked, icy shell, scientists believe lay a holy grail of astrobiology, a vast liquid water ocean. An ocean we dream was brimming with potential of life, fueled by very same engine that powers life on Earth's darkest deep depths, that hydrothermal vent. So we pictured a vibrant, active seafloor constantly churning releasing vital chemicals and heat, a perfect cradle for alien organism. But if what if we dream was wrong? What we had been thinking came out to be entirely wrong theory. So what if the vibrant, active seafloor we imagined simply isn't there? And what if the Europa's deepest ocean, far from being dynamic, cauldron of life, and is actually silent, it is inactive or maybe dead? So recent groundbreaking calculations are forcing scientists to re-evaluate everything we thought we knew about Europa's geology and more critically, its potential to harbor life. Now, this isn't just a fundamental shift that could dramatically alter our search for extraterritorial intelligence. To understand this unsettling new discovery, definitely, let's rewind to what we thought was happening. So, Europa is locked in a gravitational dance with the colossal Jupiter. Now, this immense gravitational pull causes what we call tidal flexing. Essentially, Jupiter's gravity stretches and squeezing Europa's as its orbits. So, scientists theorized that this constant squeezing could generate immense friction deep into Europa's rocky interior. And this friction in return would heat the moon's core and driving zoological processes including volcanism and the very plate of tectonics we see here on Earth. So this internal heat would be engine for those of life-giving hydrothermal vent, sphering hot, and it can be mineral-rich water into the cold ocean, and this made a perfect sense. Now, on Earth, these hydrothermal vents are oases of life, thriving in complete darkness at the bottom of an ocean. They are powered not by sunlight, but by chemosynthesis and chemical reaction. So microbes consume the superheated mineral-laden fluid, forming that base of an entire food web. Without these vents, vast stretches of our deep ocean would be barren, and you understand this very fairly. And this is why the prospect of a similar vent on the Europa was so incredibly exciting. It could offer a blueprint for alien life completely independent of a star hidden deep into the hostile frozen world. So the chemical energy provided by these vents is crucial. They mix the ingredients of life, minerals, gases, heat, creating the perfect chemical soup. And it was this vibrant exchange we hope to find on Europa. But a new study, utilizing advanced modeling and calculations, paint a very different picture. Instead of an active churning interior, these models suggest that Europa's rocky might be experiencing tectonic stagnation. Now imagine a pot of soup on a stove. If the heat is too low, the soup doesn't bubble or stir. It just sits there and slowly, it's kind of a process of cooling. And that essentially what these new calculations suggested, that for Europa's interior, the tidal flexing, while presenting, might not be strong enough to generate the intense heat needed to drive full-scale convections and plate tectonics, so this means the rocky mantle and the core could be largely still with minimal geological activities, so widespread volcanism, no frequent earthquakes, or most importantly no widespread active hydrothermal vents. So the term silent seafloor isn't just a poetic, it is profound impactful, and that gives a entirely different thought process when we talk about Europa. A stagnant interior means that the essential chemical energies and nutrients cycle we saw on Earth would be severely limited, and if not entirely absent. So without the constant churning of material from the mantle to the ocean, the chemical energy actually will require to support a chemosynthesis simply won't be there. It will not be occurring there, and in, or maybe in insufficient qualities to for life development, perhaps too diluted, and simply the wrong mix to ignite and sustain life. So think of it like a battery, and an active seafloor is constantly recharging the battery for life. A stagnant seafloor, what the stagnant seafloor will be doing, and there in this scenario the battery slowly drain with no way to replenish its charge, and while some localized pockets of chemical reaction might still occur, the widespread robust ecosystem we hope for in now seems very less, or it will occur maybe very less likely. So does this mean that Europa is dead? Now, not necessarily, but it certainly paints a bleaker picture for abundance or thriving life. So it raises the bar significantly for that forms the life could exist. So something which is definitely very challenging for the scientists because things have changed. So perhaps only microbial life, incredibly actually specialized, might cling to the existence in the isolated pocket where some minor geological activity still occur. So it also shifts our focus. If the deep sea floor isn't the primary energy source, then perhaps life, if it exists, relies on other mechanisms. For instance, processing near the ice shell where the radiation from the Jupiter creates oxidants that could filter down into the ocean, providing a different chemical energy source. So this new discovery doesn't extinguish the hope of life on Europa, but it definitely narrow down the possibility and maybe redirects our scientific gaze. So this is more this is where the mission like NASA's upcoming Europa Clipper become even more critical and set to launch later this decade. The Clipper won't be able to dive into the ocean itself, but its sophisticated instrument will be able to perform the multi flyby, the studying Europa's ocean ice shell and subsurface environment in unprecedented details. So it will use radar to penetrate the ice, looking for the signs of liquid water and its properties. It will analyze the composition of the plume that erupts from the Europa surface. Critically, it will be trying to detect any magnetic field variations or heat signature that might indicate the localized geological activities. The data from the Europa Clipper will be instrumental in confirming or refuting this new tectonic stagnation. And definitely the calculation also involved in this tectonic stagnation, and it will help us to understand if the deep sea is truly as quiet as these models suggest, or if there are still surprises actually that is waiting to uncover beneath the ice. So the story of Europa is powerful reminder of how science works. Our understanding for the universe is definitely constantly evolving. As the new data emerge and the new models are developed, our theories are challenged, refined, and sometimes completely overturned. So initial optimism about Europa's habitability was based on our best scientific understanding at the time. Now, with more sophisticated tools and computational power, we are gaining a deeper, more nuances and perhaps more realistic pictures. So Europa may not be a churning life-filled paradise as we was once actually envisioned, but it remains one of the most compelling targets in our research for alien life. Now, going forward, we there are definitely the new chapter guiding our questions and sharpening our focus as we continue our eternal quest to discover if we are truly alone in the universe. So, if you found this in journey into Europa's mysteries are fascinating as you actually imagined, or please hit this like button and share this video and subscribe to our channel for more deeper dives into space and science. What are your thoughts on this new discovery of Europa? And let us know in your comments below. So we'll meet again. Till then, take care. Bye.